Every now and then I do. You've probably noticed that, but I don't know. I can't totally concentrate on anything anymore. I get this faraway look in my eye. My friends notice it when we're playing poker. They'll see me holding my cards, staring at the hand, but I'm 1,000 miles away. They say, Grease, your bid. I say, what? They say, your bid. I say, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we may have the Grateful Dead on the stereo, but in my head I'm hearing... I can't get it out of my brain! It's burned in there! Indelibly! Yeah, I left Nam, but I don't think it ever really left me. Since the days when the name on my uniform said Greaseman, but everybody knew me as Sergeant Fury! Crying Tree, 1967. It was Sunday. We were about to go cave hunting. When we had a church service before we left, the priest was standing there in front of the assembled men. And as we stood there with our heads bowed, the priest said, and he came unto them, and he made fish so they could eat, and he made wine so they could drink. And he shed his countenance upon them and gave them peace. And then he looked skyward and he said, Incoming! Open fire! Come on, boys! Excuse us there, Padre, we got business! Come on, let's see some spirit! Let's sing our favorite Jimmy Durante song here! In any vital organs. Got shot in the hydraulics. Ah! Well, we medevac the priest out of there and we started to go cave hunting. Yeah, the commies would build these little caves, windy, curvy little caves. It was our job to flush them out. One of the more dangerous jobs in Nam. First we'd get to the cave, we'd find the thing, we'd locate it, we'd stabilize the area. And then we'd pull a grenade. That was the first step. First thing that went in was a grenade. Fire in the hole! And then, after we grenaded the place, we turned on the flamethrower and torch it out. And then, after we torched it out, we'd lay automatic weapons fire in there. Send a few slugs bouncing off the walls. And only then would we send in Hirschberg. He was the smallest man in the unit, the only man that would fit comfortably. And even so, he's been wounded 3 times. You see, the NVA would dig these little pits. They'd escape the shrapnel of the grenade. They'd get their focusses singed by the flamethrower. But oftentimes they'd still be in the hole after all that. And it was Hirschberg's job to get in there and ferry them out. One day he took a hit. He took a whole line of them in the belly. And as we watched him being airlifted, we all knew that we couldn't stop. We couldn't stop, and I asked for volunteers. Robinson came forward and said, "Let me, sir. It'd be an honor." I said, "Robinson, you're too big to fit in there." He said, "Grease me up." Sure enough, we stripped him naked, and we greased up Robinson. And after we lobbed a grenade and used the flamethrower and sprayed the tunnel with automatic weapons fire, Robinson started to lower himself in there. I knew he wasn't going to make it the second I saw him get that big, full-size linebacker's focus in that hole. He's pushing to try to lower himself. He's pushing. All of a sudden he goes, I'm stuck. And then from inside the hole we heard, aha! Now we have you where we want you. Prepare to die, Yankee dog. And Robinson's going, my God, sir, he can blow me in the suckers. I said, all right, hey, you in the hole. We'll make a deal with you. He said, oh, God, sir, don't let him shoot me at the sucker. I said, all right, Robinson, relax. I said, tell you what. We'll let you go. You come out of that hole, we'll give you some C rations, 1 clip of ammunition. An M16 in 5 minutes. It's the best I can do. He said, it's not good enough. Robinson said, my God. Oh, there goes the left cheek, sir. I said, all right. 10 clips of ammunition, a case of C rations, and a half an hour. He said, you swear? I said, hey, a Marine's word is good. He said, okay. Coming out. So we all grabbed Robinson and we pulled him free. The corpsman went to cut and swab his wounded fuckers. And out came Charlie in his black PJs. His teeth stained from the betel nut. His eyes foxy, crafty like a weasel's. He said, you make deal. Now stick to it. So sure enough, we threw down the ammo, the gun, the C rations. Robinson said, sir, you're not just going to let him go. Look what he done to me. Said, we made a deal. Robinson said, yeah, you promised to let him go. You promised not to kill him. But you didn't promise him that we wouldn't take revenge. And so I said, Robinson, you want revenge? I said, all right, Corpsman, you stay behind with Robinson. The rest of us will turn our backs. I saw the terror. I saw the terror in the face of that NVA as Robinson just smiled. We helped him to his feet as he started undoing his Sam Brown. We all were making our way through the woods, and suddenly we heard, whee! I kind of chuckled to myself. I said, boys, looks like Robinson's finally found the Ho Chi Minh Trail.